Hi, I'm Chris Watts. Now, becoming a digital bank is proving a challenge for most banks as customers demand new services based upon 21st century technologies. And data capture and process automation for those business critical first stages of customer interaction are vital. So for this video, Future Banking TV has come to Zurich in Switzerland to meet with David Ziltener of Swiss Post Solutions, the global provider of physical and digital document management. We're going to be talking about improving input and output data processing in a bank's front and back offices, so vital to establishing a digital bank. So, David Ziltener, tell us about Swiss Post Solutions as a company. What's your core business?
Swiss Post Solutions is a daughter company of Swiss Post. We have about 8,000 employees in 20 countries all over the world. We care about the digital transformation of our customers. What does it mean? It means that we help enterprises in handling the growing amounts of incoming structured data, unstructured data, processing them in front and back office, and also producing omni-channel output, digital and physical, in order to serve again their end customers. And that's what we are doing since quite a while, and I think we are successful with that. We are growing with two-digit rates and have very good feedback on our services.
Could we talk about your track record providing solutions for the financial services industry specifically?
Of course we can, yes, with pleasure. I think the best track record one could cite is the feedback of the customers. And we are very proud that just in this year's customer satisfaction survey, customers have rated us with a net promoter score of 78. 78, this is, if you're familiar with it, the score which is largely above typical industry rates. And how do we achieve that? I think it's by really adapting our solution to the specific needs of the customers and their strategic challenges. For example, one of our lighthouse deals is with a global bank that said, hey, we have 40 million documents every year coming in, and we can't do anything with this data because it's unstructured, sometimes it's even physical. And at the end of the entire process, which is very manual, maybe we digitize it by archiving this type of documents. How can we change that? And we partnered with them and turned the entire process upside down, which means we are not anymore digitizing and structuring data at the end of the process, but we do it at the very beginning.
What do you see as the main challenges and opportunities today in banking operations, and how can banks make greater efficiencies in their operations?
There are many challenges in banking operations these days. On the one hand side, there is the cost pressure always increasing, cost of doing business, cost of compliance, legacy IT systems that need to be handled. So there is cost pressure to become more efficient, more straight-through processing, etc. On the other hand, there are new customer generations that require agility, quicker response times, and there are also the challengers that pick that up, like N26, like Revolut, pure digital banks that promise a totally different customer experience. So between these pressures of cost down and investing, a classical bank has a tough time these days, but the opportunity, of course, is, if you get it right, to improve productivity, straight-through processing, automation, and if you improve the customer experience, for sure there is much to win in these fast-changing times.
What are the main reasons why your customers come to you, not to your competitors?
I don't want to speak a lot about our competitors, but I know from the feedbacks we receive from our customers, it's many of the reasons why they choose us as their partner is, first, we have a commitment to adopt our solutions very specifically to the specific customer needs. So we build the solution precisely fitting what they really require. And by that, we can leverage our experience in technology, be it hardware, be it software, be it also innovative themes like robotics or artificial intelligence. As Swiss Post, we are owner of one of the largest retail banks in Switzerland. We have that heritage, so we know exactly what the challenges of the banks are.
How has your customer base evolved?
Over the last years, our customer base evolved mainly in those industries that have challenges on the B2C side, which is banking, which is insurance, which is telco.
So how can banks use outsourcing to optimize operations and free up workers to focus on more strategic initiatives?
I think outsourcing for banks is one of the key themes in order to be able to focus really on the challenges they are faced, as we have spoken about. The question is what to outsource. And when we speak with banking executives, some of them try to outsource a technology piece. So they engage with a technology company that brings technology on board. We see many proof of concepts, and after a while banking executives talk to us and say, hey, we tried that, but it doesn't work because we still have the exceptions. We found that it's not fit for all the processes. There are processes that are more ready for automations, but some processes are not. And in our own experience, we know between 30% or 80% of a process can be automized. So this means that banks need partners that really understand where to apply automation and where to apply remaining manual work or other solution types by reconfiguring the processes. And therefore we believe that banks are best consulted by a partner who can bring together technology, process excellence, but also the manual element of service centers to really configure that in an ideal way.
Now, regulatory compliance is the key issue now for financial institutions, particularly as regards safeguarding customers' data. So how could greater efficiencies in mailroom operations enhance regulatory compliance?
Greater efficiency in mailroom or in digital intake or in omnichannel output is a key element because always customer data is involved. So that's a big cost driver if you have your own operations, if you have your own customer data on your premises. So you need a partner that is able to comply with all that regulatory challenge. If you're able to transfer this risk, this regulatory burden to a partner, you're also able to transfer a part of the risk you have on a balance sheet, on the P&L, to a partner, and it allows you, the bank, to focus more on their real business requirements. Now the question is, what type of partner can you have to choose? Therefore, you need to be very diligent in selecting someone who has the understanding, the certificates, the heritage as well to comply with it.
How do you see the future of the banking industry evolving?
The future of the banking industry evolving is tough to say, but what we observe, and probably you would confirm that, is a reconfiguration of the value chains. And we have the new challengers, the fintechs, we have the classical banks that try to establish digital banks, that try to find outsourcing partnerships to unload the burden they have actually to improve productivity. So I believe the recipe for success in the future is really this reconfiguration of the value chains, getting the right partners on board and being able to focus on those areas where a specific financial services institution wants to be successful. This is only possible if you choose your battlefield wisely and if you make sure that you have the right partners at your side that give you the freedom to put full energy where you need to be successful.
David Ziltener, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
So that's it. Improving input and output data processing in a bank's front and back offices. This is Chris Watts in Zurich with Swiss Post Solutions. Thanks for watching.